Yeah.
Okay, guys, this week we're going to cover complementary color schemes, and I'm going to touch on, we're going to talk about how to finish the painting that you've been working on for the past 2 weeks, finishing techniques. Okay, what are complementary colors? I kind of went over this last week, but if you look at your color wheel, they're directly across from each other. So red directly across from it's green. So violet or purple directly across from it is yellow. Blue directly across from it is orange. So there's 3 complementary pairs, and I have them here. So I've got, this is Grumbacher red, and I've got one of the greens that we mixed last week. It's number 8 green. That was the green that we mixed with phthalo blue and lemon yellow, so that's a bright green. And you see that I'm pretty close to what I have on this color wheel. And then I have an orange. We mixed that from Grumbacher, from cadmium red light and cadmium yellow medium last week, and we have ultramarine blue. And you can see my orange and blue that I've mixed are pretty close to what's on the color wheel. The blue on the color wheel is a little faded, I think, but it's pretty close. Lemon yellow, okay, and dioxine purple are pretty close to what's on the color wheel. Now the gimmick here is, if I want to dull one of these down, all I have to do is mix a little bit of a complement in. So as I go across, what I'm doing is, for this red, I put a little bit of green in, and as I add more and more green, you see it starts dulling down and goes to a brown. And I can go the other way with the green. I can put a little red in the green, and immediately I start dulling it down, darkening, it goes towards a brown. Same thing with the orange. When I put a little bit of blue in it, it immediately dulls it down, okay? And it goes towards a brown. Same thing with the blue. Put a little bit of orange in it, and immediately dulls it down and it goes towards a brown. Lemon yellow, same thing. I put a little bit of purple in it, and immediately starts dulling it down, it goes towards a dull brown, and the same thing with the purple from the other side. The minute I put some lemon yellow in it, dulls it down and goes towards a brown. Okay, why are all these things going towards a brown? Well, think about it. I showed you the first class that if we combine the 3 primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, we get a brown. Well, you got the 3 primary colors here. You got red, but green is made up of blue and yellow. So you got red, yellow, and blue. You got orange and blue, but orange is made up of red, yellow, so you got red, yellow, and blue again. Okay, same with the yellow and purple combination. You got yellow, but purple is made up of blue and red, so you got red, yellow, and blue again. So that's why these always go towards the brown. So that's another way you can mix browns with complementary colors. But the Impressionists used complementary colors for a different reason. They were placing strokes of one complementary color next to the other complementary color to make it pop, to basically make it vibrate. And the idea is the way your brain processes information, and I'm showing that down here. The minute I surround red by a green, the red should get brighter, okay? And I'm showing you, here I'm surrounding red by something that's adjacent to it on the color wheel, purple but darker, and you can see it's not as bright as red surrounded by green, okay? If I did the same thing with blue and orange, the minute I surround orange by blue, it gets brighter than if I surrounded orange by red, which is like, again, adjacent to it on the color wheel. Same thing with yellow. When I surround it by purple, it's brighter than when I surround it by orange, which is, again, adjacent to it on the color wheel. So the gimmick with the Impressionists was, what the Impressionists were doing, they were trying to not only give the impression of what they were looking at and paint the qualities of light, they realized that if they surrounded complements or put, instead of mixing paint, put strokes of, say, blue and orange next to each other, basically they would enhance the brightness of the orange or the blue. Just to complete this, I'm showing you the gimmick of simultaneous contrast, and that is if I surround white by black, it's actually going to be even whiter than the pure white of the board. So again, this has to do with the way your brain processes information, and the Impressionists knew about this back in the 19th century, and that's part of the whole technique of Impressionism. And what we're learning here is I'm teaching you a classical technique for the painting process, but we're going to end up using Impressionist color in most cases, rather than classical colors, which typically were muted grays and browns with just a touch of a color here and there. They were almost monotones. Okay. let me just cover this. We're gonna work on two other small paintings which are complementary, use complementary color schemes compared to what we've been doing. And these are the two paintings we're going to work on. We'll work on this one today. This is a red and green painting, complements. This is a yellow and purple complementary painting. And the one we've been working on for the past couple of weeks or so is essentially an orange and blue. So even when we did the classical technique on this first painting that we're still going to work on today, I was trying to lead you into the complementary color scheme with an orange and blue scheme. Okay, cut it, Nick.